All right, let's dive into a story that starts right where most fairy tales end, at a wedding. But trust me, this is no happy beginning. We're talking about a brutal betrayal, a secret world of danger, and a love that somehow finds a way to grow in the most impossible situation you can imagine. Just think about it, your wedding day. It's supposed to be the best day of your life, right? The start of everything. But what if, in a flash, it all just shatters? You're humiliated, thrown out, and forced to marry a total stranger right off the street. Sounds insane, I know, but for our hero, this is exactly where her story begins. So let's meet Ayat. She's an orphan who has pretty much spent her whole life feeling like a burden. But today is supposed to be different. She's about to marry Chavez, a guy who's offering her the kind of future she's only dreamed of. But as we're about to see, there's a nasty jealousy brewing that's about to poison everything. And there it is. At the most critical moment of the ceremony, Ayat's own aunt stands up and screams this lie. This isn't just a random accusation. It's a cold, calculated move meant to completely destroy Ayat's reputation and her entire future. And you know what? It works. Instantly.
And just like that, it's over. Chavez and his family are horrified and they walk out. To really seal the deal, her aunt literally drags a confused beggar off the street, declares he's the father of this imaginary baby, and forces them to marry on the spot. Ayat can only stand there and watch as her entire life is just dismantled.
But this is where the story takes a turn you will not see coming. Ayat is dragged away by this stranger, her brand new husband, and she's completely convinced that her life is well and truly over. He takes her to this crumbling, filthy hut. And this is her new home. I mean, talk about a downgrade from the life she almost had. Her new husband seems annoyed, just muttering about what a huge inconvenience she is. For Ayat, this is it. This is rock bottom. And then something impossible happens. The beggar, who we learn is named Alian, pulls out this futuristic-looking device. He keys in a code, touches a hidden spot on the wall, and the entire dirt floor just slides away, revealing this perfect marble staircase leading down into the darkness. And what's down there? It's not some dusty cellar. It's a stunning, high-tech mansion. As Ayat is just staring, completely stunned, the beggar sheds his rags and transforms into this powerful, well-dressed man. He introduces himself as Alian Shah. He tells her she's safe but gives her one very serious warning. She can never, ever tell anyone what she's seen. The mystery is just getting started. So, down in this hidden sanctuary, Ayat finds out she's not alone. Alian has a younger brother, and, well, let's just say this weird new family isn't exactly getting along peacefully. Meet Hamza, Alian's younger brother, and he is immediately hostile. He is fiercely protective of his brother, the only family he has left, and he sees Ayat as this huge, dangerous problem that could ruin their secret mission. He wants her gone. But you know what? After the day she's had, Ayat is done being a victim. She stands up for herself, fires right back at Hamza, and claims her new place as Alian's wife. This kicks off this hilarious and constant rivalry between them, and all their bickering actually brings this chaotic, almost lively energy into the otherwise silent mansion. So what is this big mission that Hamza's so worried about? At first, Ayata's scared they're criminals, but the truth is actually way more tragic. They call it Baka Ki Jung, a war for survival. Turns out their parents were murdered, their entire fortune was stolen, and now they live in hiding, planning to get their revenge. That beggar's disguise? It's not because Alian's poor, it's a weapon. It makes him invisible. Now, through all this chaos, Alian starts to notice something incredible. He sees that these crazy arguments between Ayat and Hamza are having this totally unexpected effect. The constant bickering is actually cracking through that shell of grief his brother has been hiding in since their parents died. For the first time in years, Alian sees a little flicker of the old, mischievous Hamza he thought he'd lost forever. But you know, a secret this big can't stay hidden forever. The past is finally catching up with them, their enemies are closing in, and it's all leading to a violent final showdown. And just like that, the danger they've been running from explodes right in front of them. There's an ambush, and Hamza gets shot. A hospital is not an option. Their enemies are everywhere. They make it back to the mansion, but now their sanctuary feels like a trap. Hamza is bleeding, and Ayat is faced with the brutal reality of the war she's stumbled into. This is a moment that shows us a whole new side of Alian. With his brother's life on the line, he is perfectly calm.
He gets Hamza inside, checks out the wound, pulls out the bullet, and bandages him up with the precision of a surgeon. It's so clear that he's not just some rich kid seeking revenge, he is a highly skilled survivor.
Right as Hamza is stable, Aliyan gets a call. It's critical intel. The man who killed their parents is trying to skip the country. Tonight. This is his one and only chance for justice. He has to make an impossible choice. To protect Ayat and his injured brother, he has to go face him alone.
Okay, so, the final confrontation. It plays out like something from a movie. Aliyan lets himself get cornered, walking right into his enemy's ambush. But, surprise, the trap is actually his. With one press of a button, a bomb he planted earlier detonates, and his enemy's car is just engulfed in this massive fireball. In one single fiery moment, his family's war is finally over.
But that victory comes with a terrible price. When the police, who Aliyan himself tipped off, get to the scene, there's nothing but wreckage. The explosion was just too big. The official report is delivered to Hamza and Ayat. There were no survivors. Aliyan Shah is presumed dead.
And so, the story's final act takes place in the cold, quiet hallway of a hospital. Ayat and a recovering Hamza are there to do the one thing they never thought they'd have to do: identify Aliyan's body. Hamza is just shattered. But Ayat is completely numb, lost in shock. After this tiny little glimpse of hope, her world has been torn apart all over again. And when a doctor tells them the remains are unidentifiable, all hope seems completely gone.
I mean, just think about her journey for a second. Cast out by her own family, forced to marry a stranger, she finds the secret world, she actually falls in love, and then she loses him the very moment he secures their future. Is this really how it's all going to end for her?
But then, a sound cuts through their grief. Footsteps. Steady, confident, and impossibly familiar. Echoing down that long hospital corridor. Getting closer. It's Aliyan. He's burnt, he's bruised, but he's alive. His plan worked perfectly. He got out just before the blast. He looks at Ayat, this woman he was forced to marry, the woman who accidentally healed his broken family, and he keeps the one promise that ever really mattered. And it's just this powerful reminder that sometimes the craziest, most unexpected beginnings, the ones born from total chaos and betrayal, well, they can lead to the most amazing places. A new life, forged in fire, is finally ready to begin.